Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back again to my lecture. Okay, so today we are going to continue the topic of gear. So if you missed my previous video, so please check the link in the description down below. Okay, so today we are going to learn about contact ratio and also interference of spur gear. Okay, so what is contact ratio? Okay, contact ratio here is the average number of pairs of teeth in contact. Okay, so how to calculate contact ratio is this one. Okay, MC which is contact ratio equals to QT over P. So small p here is the circular pitch. Okay, and QT here is actually the sum of this one. Okay, the arc of approach QA plus with arc of recess QR. The combination of sum of QA plus with QR over circular pitch is the contact ratio. So, how to determine this arc of approach and arc of recess? Okay, first we need to have this one first. Okay, the addendum circle of the lower gear and also the addendum circle of the upper gear. Okay, so when we draw this addendum circle like this, okay, and also we draw the pressure line here. So the intersect point of the addendum circle and the pressure line here, this one here, will be small a here, point small a, and this one here will be point small b. Okay, so from here, if we follow the involute profile here up until the pitch circle here, this one here, so this one will be point large B. Okay, point large B up until the pitch point here is the arc of recess. So same with A here. So from small a here, we follow the involute profile here up until this pitch circle, which is point large A here. So from here to the pitch point here is the arc of approach. Okay, so please refer back to my previous lecture. Okay, if you don't understand about addendum circle and also the pitch circle and also the pitch point. Okay, please refer to that video. Okay, so here we have another way to calculate the contact ratio using the length of this from point A to point B here. Okay, this length here. Okay, how to calculate it is by using this one. Okay, this one. Okay, so to calculate contact ratio based on the length here is the length from A to B over the circular pitch times cos angle. So this angle here is the pressure angle, cosine pressure angle. Okay, and it mentioned here the contact ratio should be at least 1.2. Okay, so let's check the interference. So what is interference? So interference here occurs when this one when the contact occurs below the base circle. So please refer to this image here. If you look closely, okay, to this both the teeth here, okay, so this line here is the base circle. So if you can see here, the upper tooth here made contact below this base circle. Okay, when it made contact with below this base circle, means that it will have a interference, which is not the conjugate that we want. Okay, which is not that conjugate that we want. So we want to prevent this interference here. So we have a way on how to determine the number of teeth and everything, so that the pair of the gear will not have interference. Okay, so to check the interference of spur gear, okay, so we have quite a number of situations here. But before I proceed with this explanation here, so you need to know about pinion and also gear. Okay, what is pinion? What is a gear? Okay, so let's say we have gear number 1 and also gear number 2. Okay, usually pinion, okay, not usually lah, okay, generally pinion is the gear that has a smaller diameter. Okay, so the large diameter will be gear, this one. Okay, and the small here, the small gear here, we call it as a pinion. Okay, so pinion and gear. So let's look at situation number 1 when the this one both pinion and gear here has 1-to-1 gear ratio. 1-to-1 gear ratio means that the size of both of the gear is same. It's same. So the smallest number of teeth which will not have interference is this one. Okay, so we can use this equation here. So NP, so the number of teeth of pinion, this one so because it is same same gear ratio, so means that NP is equals to NG also lah. Okay, so NP here is equals to 2K over 3 sine square. This one is pressure angle. Okay, so what is K here? The value of K here depends on whether we have a full depth teeth or the stub gear. Okay, what is full depth teeth? Full depth teeth means that we have a teeth that have a full depth. Just like the name Stub teeth is actually has 20% less depth than the full depth teeth. 20% less. So means that if we have a gear, okay, let's look at here. Okay, so if this one is a full depth teeth, this one, okay, the stub teeth will have 20% less. So means that this one, okay. Okay, we will have a smaller depth, okay, on a stub teeth. Okay, so this is a stub teeth. So depends on the type of the depth, okay, which is full depth teeth or stub teeth. So you put into this equation here, okay, and then multiply with this one. Okay, and then the second situation, okay, on spur meshed with larger gear. This one okay, so this is a pinion and this is a gear here with gear ratio, this one mg equals to ng over np, or we can simply write it down as m, but don't be confused. This m here is not module. This m here represents mg, gear ratio. Okay, don't be confused. Okay, so the smallest number of teeth which will not have interference is this one, okay, in this equation. So again so m here, this one here is not module, okay, so this one here is the gear ratio, okay, not module. Okay, so we can use this equation to calculate the number of teeth of the pinion. So how to calculate? If we found, okay, if we calculate the number of teeth of the pinion, how to determine the number of teeth of the gear? Easy lah, because we already have this one, mg. Okay, so after we've done calculating np, so we use mg equals to ng over np. So therefore the number of teeth of ng will be m gear ratio multiply with number of teeth of the pinion. That's it. Okay, so let's look at the third situation. Largest gear with a specified pinion that is interference free is this one. Okay, so if you want to specify the size of the pinion, okay, which is the smaller gear, the size of the pinion here, so actually we have the largest gear. Okay, so this is the maximum size that we can use to be paired with this small gear here. Okay, so this is the equation to calculate it. Okay, we have everything. So we have a specified number of pinion here, we have pressure angle, and also we have the value of K, whether full depth or stub gears, stub teeth. Okay, and then if we have this one, okay, pinion, which is small gear, that is interference free with a rack. A rack is what? A rack is like this. okay, we have a rack is like this, the straight one, and also we have another, so this one, pinion, okay, pinion here, of course lah, they have teeth also, okay, this one, so when we want to calculate this one, okay, the smallest per pinion that is interference free with a rack is this one. Okay, this is the value. Yeah, sorry, this is the equation. Okay. So based on the equation of 1311 and also 1312, okay, for a 20-degree pressure angle, so this is the result. Okay, when we use equation 1311 and also 1312. Okay, the minimum of NP when we set it to 13 here. So the maximum number of NG, so means that the maximum size, the size of the gear that we can pair with the pinion is 16.45. So this is the maximum. And of course we cannot have 16.45 of this number, cannot. So means that the maximum one should be 16. Okay, so if we pair 13 and 17, it will create an interference, which is not good. Okay, so this one here, the max gear ratio, okay, maximum of gear ratio that we can have is 16 over 13 is 1.23. Okay, so if we increase, okay, the number of pinion here, number of teeth of the pinion here from 13 to 17, as you can see here, okay, the max number of the gear becomes very big lah. Okay, so this one, so if you want to have a large gear ratio here, so means that we need to have a larger number of teeth for the small gear or for the pinion. Okay, so when we increase the pressure angle from 20 to 25, this one, okay, allow smaller number of teeth. This one, so as you can see here, we can have this one quite a large gear ratio, but we can have a small. Okay, the maximum number of teeth becomes small also. This one. Okay. Okay. Compared to 20, as you can see here, compared to 20 here, the maximum number is this one. Okay, and then compared to this one here, so this is the maximum number. This one, okay. So this interference here, okay, can be eliminated by using more teeth on the pinion. Okay, let's say we have a pair of gear. Okay, we want to eliminate it, we can use more teeth here. So however, if two sides there is diameter pitch P is to be maintained, then an increase in teeth means an increase in diameter also. Okay, and also interference also can be eliminated by using a larger pressure angle. Okay, from 20 to 25 here. Okay, so this results in a smaller base circle. Okay, so more of the tooth profile is involute. So this is the primary reason for larger pressure angle. Okay, when we want to have this one, we want to have a smaller base circle, we can use a larger pressure angle. Okay, but we need to note that the disadvantage of a larger pressure angle is an increase in radial force for the same amount of transmitted force. Okay, this one here, we will learn, or we will look at this force here in the future lecture. Okay, in the force analysis topic after this. Okay, so that's all for today's video. If you have any question, feel free to ask me, and you can check my other video. The next video is here. Okay, you can check this video. So see you again in the next video. Bye bye.